Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF, bringing you episode 28 on the March to 30 of Let's Try Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Hope you guys are doing well, as always. Fascinating stuff here. We're in the Defender's Heart Tavern, which has been turned into a headquarters, so to speak, for the City Watch and those who are coming to the aid to fight against the demons, the demon armies and stuff, trying to take back Canabras, as it were. Oh, your animal companions can wear equipment. Some of it is the same your characters can use, while some, like barding, is made specifically for them. I thought they had gotten rid of that because I do remember seeing barding, but how do I see their character sheet and stuff? Like, I hit C when I have the animal companion selected, but it's not showing me. Like, how do I see the animal companion? Special quality scent. Right, I forgot about that. Mythic Path, I just noticed that. Inventory, like, how do I see? So I have Magdelar selected. I press I and it brings me to my character. There's got to be a way to do it. To put the barding on and stuff. Is this maybe like... No. I'm stumped, guys. How do I see... How do I see the horse? Magdelar. I really don't get it. There must be some way. Tab? 1 second, guys. I'm gonna look this up. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so cool. Watch. So actually, this bar down here is Magdelar's health bar, and if we click it, they pop out, and I did not know our animal companion probably leveled up twice. We set it to level 3, perhaps. We didn't level him up the first time. Oh, that is crazy, son. So you can pop him out as sort of another party member or put him back in there. Wow, yo. That is awesome. And there he is. Oh, or there she is. Haven't really specified that. But yeah, we have to level them up. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. There's no gear they can wear. They can put potions on? Holy cow, they can use potions and scrolls? Is there any scrolls they can use? That would be hilarious. Now see, we do have first aid kits. They're consumed when treating affliction, I guess just automatically, but this is awesome. I love it. They have bite, 1 to 3 damage. Bite. Attack is just +2, so not very good, but we have to level them up. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy, son. And look at all his gear. I guess some of it's locked, but a lot of it they can use. And this whole time I did not know we could pop him out like that. Alright, let's level up Magdelar then. Animal Companion, Daredevil. Okay, we get 2 skill points it looks like. We're gaining no attack bonus, unfortunately. Can't cast spells. At least... Oh. We're getting... I guess we are getting +1 attack bonus. I don't know. Will saving throw goes up 1, reflex goes up 1, and fortitude goes up 2. Huh. Alright, we've got skill points, so this is pretty interesting. I don't think this would ever be possible for the horse to use magic device. But like athletics, mobility, sure, this should be usable. And actually, I've never tried to have the horse open a chest or something. I don't know if they could. Stealth, perception. That goes to +5, which is good. And make a stealthy horse. No, let's just give a point to let's see, Lan has good mobility. Athletics, let's go mobility. And we'll get a little bit perception. Alright, cool. Now 13 HP, and yeah, much better off. And if we complete this... Okay, mounted combat. Alzarian has an animal companion suitable for mounted combat, Magdelar. Riding and mounted combat are available to any character that has an animal companion larger than them by 1 size category. For example, a large animal for a medium character or a medium animal for a small character. Oh, that's cool. Such characters have a special ability on their action bar that allows them to mount up or dismount. Whenever a mounted character is attacked, all enemy attacks are directed at their mount by default, except for special attacks intended specifically for the rider. Therefore, riding improves mounted characters' survivability. A mounted character can perform all the actions available to those who fight on foot, attacking with melee or ranged weapons, casting spells, throwing bombs, etc. The mount will attack enemies on its own if it is close enough to reach them. Thus, both the rider and their mount can perform a full attack action against the enemy. If your character attacks from a distance and you're satisfied with their survivability, it is better to send the animal companion ahead of them into battle without mounting. Wow, pretty wild stuff, very versatile. But did not go up a second level, which I find interesting because we're headed to level 3, I think. Oh, probably when I level up, you know, he'll level up. So, attack is +3, 1d4 +3. I don't know what these mean. Slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning. I guess it does all those types of damage. And how does energy damage work again? Generally dealt by spells. Spells or effects with any of the descriptors like acid, sonic, or electricity deal energy damage. A creature must have energy resistance to reduce the amount of damage it takes from one of these sources. Creature's special ability, Energy Immunity, allows it to completely negate certain energy damage types. The other main type of damage is physical. Alright, cool. So, wait, this guy... Yeah, we can check his abilities. I mean, he's got coup de grace, trip defense +4, +4 bonus to your combat maneuver defense whenever an opponent tries to trip you. He's got the scent. Allows it to locate unseen foes. It can detect opponents within 30 feet by sense of smell as if it had blind sense. Artful Acrobat. Gains a competence bonus on mobility checks equal to half its hit dice. It can actually treat affliction. And see, we do have first aid kits there, 3 out of 1. It can do acrobatics. Can move through a threatened area without provoking an attack of opportunity by using acrobatics. Wait, do I have to turn this on? When moving in this way, you move at half speed. That's why our guys are moving at half speed. We all have acrobatics turned on. Oh my gosh. Fighting defensively, demoralize. We know about that. Inspire rage. That doesn't really affect us at all. But yeah, that's why everyone moves slow, because I'm like, what the heck are they doing? It's because we all have... Well, I was pretty sure that a lot of us had acrobatics turned on, but now it's off. We have Spell Strike on. Sovereign Dragon. Oh, it's an ability. Rather than an item. So if I click that, it just turns it on. Okay, so we don't actually get to see the dragon. So this can probably get taken off, and do I still have the ability? I do not. So the ability does have to be, or the dragon does have to be on there. Which is cool. Okay. Just testing some stuff out is all. And we'll keep that turned on. It's quick save, and I guess... Let's see, we talked to Journal. Let's come in here. I guess we'll leave Magdelar over here.
The road awaits.
And we talked to Camellia. Talked to Staunton. Talked to Anevia. Okay. In her muted colors, blends almost perfectly into the background. She appears relaxed, but her seemingly unfocused eyes are taking in everything around her, tracking and filtering potential threats. The only tell is the way she drums her fingers on her hip near her weapon sheath. She shows no sign of her injuries and confidently leans on her previously broken leg. She pretends to have just noticed you, even though she watched you approach from afar. Oh, hey. See how they patched me up? Now I can run, jump, or dance a jig if I feel like it. Are there any suspicious places in this city that I should pay attention to? There were a couple spots I wanted to check out, but I didn't have time. If there really is a den of cultists there, it'd be good if you could swoop in there and bust some heads. You don't even need a search warrant. Anevia shoots you a crooked smile. First one is the Silken Thread. It's a funny little tailor shop that doesn't take any orders and never buys any fabric, but they always seem oh so busy. They're busy with something in there alright, but sewing it ain't. Silken Thread Atelier has been revealed. Second one is the alchemy shop, Topaz Solutions, and they trade in everything, not just healing potions. Judging by the ingredients they've been buying on the black market, there's something fishy about the alchemical rituals going down in that place. Topaz Solutions, okay. Tell me about yourself. She shrugs with a lazy smile. I'd be happy to, but there's kinda nothing to tell. What's so interesting about me? Where are you from? Nowhere. I was blown in by the wind and found in a cabbage patch. She stopped short. Sorry, that's an old habit of mine. I don't like blabbing about my past, but you saved my skin, so I guess I kinda owe it to you not to clown around, right? I'm from Nadal, and I wouldn't wish my homeland on my worst enemy. You've heard of the place, I'm sure. Ruled by monsters that aren't alive nor dead, and the official religion is the cult of Zon Kuthon. I grew up in a slum like a weed between the cobblestones. I didn't have a dad, but I had lots of aunts and uncles, my mom's cronies. No prize for guessing the kind of business she was involved in. They gave me a set of lockpicks as soon as I could hold a spoon, and while other kids were picking their noses, I was picking pockets. Okay, a few things here. She grew up in Nadal. It's one of the oldest surviving countries in Avestan, having been founded during the uncounted years of the Age of Darkness. Even though it is now beholden to the neighboring infernal realm of Cheliax, it retains significant autonomy to pursue its own shadowy goals. In Zon Kuthon, The deity Zon Kuthon, also known as the Midnight Lord, the Dark Prince, and the Prince of Pain, god of darkness, envy, loss, and pain, possesses one of the most twisted and evil minds in the great beyond. His position as god of pain is well earned, and he has been the root of countless tortures, murders, and worse throughout time. He was once a benevolent demigod named Dao Brawl, but was corrupted when he traveled to the far dark places between the planes and returned in his current form. His half-sister, Shaylin, still holds out hope that she can redeem him, though the Lord of Shadows shows no sign of remorse or compassion. When I was 12, the monks of the Silent Shroud came for us. Creepy guys with their mouths sewn shut. They're the guards in Nisrock. Mom gave me to her friends, and we hid in the secret temple of Desna. I never saw my mom again. Desna is my deity, also known as the Great Dreamer, Lady Luck, and Mother Moon. Goddess of dreams, luck, stars, and travelers, is among the most ancient of deities. While her peers burdened themselves with the task of creating Galarion, she spent her time building the heavens. She knew that there would be plenty of time for her and her followers to explore the many wonders of the world later. She has changed little since those earlier days, and she and her followers delight in exploring the world. I lay low in the temple for the next few years, kept my head down. I washed floors, fetched water, listened to sermons. Funny thing, after a while I started liking Desna's teachings, but as soon as I was old enough, I was out of there. I left Nadal and got as far away as I could. Quite a ragtag group you've got here, from nobles to street thieves. You got that right. Only the best for you. What do you do if the knights and nobles fail to serve the world? The lowlifes are our only hope. How did you meet Irabeth? I was bumming around Taimon a while back, doing this and that. Desnan Temple sometimes gave me odd jobs. You know, sometimes they needed people with skills like mine. On the surface, it was fine, I guess. After it all, the freedom of River Kingdom should have seemed like heaven, my chance to sit back and enjoy life. But I wasn't happy. There just wasn't any joy in my new life. I was all alone, no one cared about me, and I didn't care about anybody either. I struggled to find a reason to drag myself out of bed every morning. Tying a stone around my neck and jumping into the nearest river started to look pretty appealing. The River Kingdoms have long been a haven for inland pirates, anarchists, exiles, and anyone who cannot seem to make it in more civilized nations. The kingdoms are by no means a unified nation, but rather a constantly shifting group of city-states and fiefdoms, each at war with the others, both to gain more power and prevent their own demise. The River Kingdoms are located in the marshy lowlands of the Selin River Basin, where its three branches combine in their journey south to the Inner Sea. There are few roads throughout the land, and the branching web of the Selin and its tributaries provide the primary means of transportation through and within the region. Desnan temples. We saw that. Okay, continue. One day, I was hired to follow some fellas who the local authorities suspected were Razmiran spies. I was stupid. I made a rookie mistake and they caught me. It's like my body had already decided to do what my mind had been fighting, to finally put me out of my misery. Get someone else to kill me, since I didn't have the guts to do it myself. They grabbed me. I thought they'd gut me on the spot, but instead they hogtied me and dragged me off. And just like an animal going to the slaughter, my only thought was, let's get this over with. Razmiran spies, the realm known as Razmiran, or Razmaron. Razmiran was once just another turbulent, violent river kingdom, the Archduchy of Melkat, where leadership changed as often as the years. This ended in 4661 when the land was conquered by Razmir, a tyrant claiming to have ascended to godhood. They brought me to their stinking cave, threw me on their altar, and I realized who it was. Kuthites from Nadal. They tracked me down after all those years, but I didn't care anymore. Wouldn't have even cared if they'd eaten me or whatever. We all gotta go sometime, right? So I was lying there, staring at those knives pointed at me, when fate rolled the dice and I hit the jackpot. Irabeth. There she was, storming into the cave. Wow. Kuthites. Yeah, we saw that. Nadal. Irabeth. Tirabade is a valorous paladin of Iomedae and the leader of the Eagle Watch. You first met her during the defense of Canabras, where she held the position of military commander. Alright, wow, you did get lucky. Picture it, I'm lying on an altar with all these knife-wielding maniacs around me, and suddenly Irabeth storms in. I thought it was Iomedae herself. Fierce in her shining armor with her gleaming sword raised, she made quick work of those scumbags, chopped them up just like that. I didn't even have time to blink. She untied me, and then... Inevia's face lights up as she chuckles. She looked through the papers they had on the table, and she started swearing like a sailor. So much for Iomedae. That's pretty funny. How did you and Irabeth end up in Canabras? After almost becoming a human sacrifice, I knew I never wanted to leave Irabeth's side. Desna knows I fell for her instantly, and I fell hard. My misery was gone, and when Irabeth showed me what was in those papers, proof that the cultist had a nest in her home city, well, I offered to help without a second thought. Inevia smiles warmly. She must have figured I couldn't wait to get my revenge on the cultist, but I didn't give a dang about them. It was her. I'd go anywhere with her, even on a crusade or into the jaws of a dragon. Again, the Crusades. In 4433, Aroden defeated a cult dedicated to the demon lord Discari, making the north of Avestan safe from demonic influence. However, this protection ended with Aroden's death in 4606. The same year, the world wound was opened by the witch Arilu Vorlesh, working in conjunction with her demonic patron Discari. Demons poured out and overran the barbarian nation of Sarkoris. The world wound was not large at first, but soon it abruptly expanded. As it kept growing, it came to be seen as a threat to the entire world. The remaining clerics of Aroden and the clerics of his follower Iomedae took it upon themselves to defeat the demons and seal the world wound. Answering their call, thousands of pilgrim crusaders flooded up the river road and into Mendev, the nearest neighboring kingdom of former Sarkoris. Thus the Mendavian Crusades were born. But I took to life in Canabras like a duck to water. I used to be an outcast wherever I went, but half of the Crusaders are the same. After all, who'd volunteer to tangle with demons on the edge of the abyss? You gotta be either a goody two-shoes with too much honor and free time, or a misfit with no life in the normal world with normal people. People come here to run away from their debts, their past, from themselves. So I fit right in. What is it like living with Irabeth? It's like living. Without her, I wouldn't be. Seriously, if I were alone, I'd definitely be gone by now. Sure, sometimes we argue, can't deny that. Sometimes we bang our fists on the table and yell so loud that the walls shake. But that's all about order business. But at home, well, I'll give you an example. I've kinda always wanted to move out of that broom closet we call a house and into somewhere cozier. It ain't like they take a vow of poverty at the Eagle Watch, but every month, somehow most of our spare money is spent on crusader business. Sure, I get mad about it, but... Inevia makes a helpless gesture. It's part of why I love her so much. You know, Irabeth has that thing that matters most for a person, a purpose in life. She's always got a reason for whatever she's doing. Her whole life is a crusade, and I just drifted around like a leaf in the wind until Desna brought us together. Now she's the meaning of my life, so it really makes no difference if we live in a mansion or under a bush. Thank you for your answers. Thanks for asking. Telling you all this kind of made me feel better. What are your responsibilities in the Eagle Watch? Inevia smiles evasively. Nothing official. I'm not even a knight, you know. I just hang around. You sure you want to know the details? Catching traitors and spies and cultists is no walk in the park. It's a delicate job. You can't always do it all within the letter of the law. What if we surprise some suspicious blighter with an official search? Everyone will know about it before long, starting with their cronies. Then again, sneaking into people's houses at night ain't exactly legal. Crusaders can't be doing stuff like that, can they? Well, I'm not exactly a knight. She trails off. I have to go. Alright, you watch yourself now. Cool. Citizen survivor? Praise the gods that we didn't all perish. Land. We'll get to land. Canobra still has some fight in it. We'll make all those demons rue the day they came here. Kyoto. I believe that help is on the way. The queen will not leave us to die. How did the city fall so easily? What were the bloody paladins doing? Vasali Rothamus. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard mumbles a prayer. He looks as tired as everyone else in the tavern, but determination is stamped upon his haggard face. What can I do for you? Show me the scrolls you're selling. Who are you? Vasali Rothamus, rector of the local temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here for much longer, the city will be lost as well. Who is that boy with you? This one, Kyoto the shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy and his faith is strong. He serves Erastil, though there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. What kind of help can I expect from you? First, I sell scrolls. I have a lot of them, something for every emergency. Second, while you're here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed, no surprises. But you'd better not go into the city without a cleric. I won't be going there myself. I'm too old, and my powers are needed here. Show me the scrolls you're selling. No kidding. Diamond dust, raised dead, which should require diamond dust. It doesn't say. I still have a Terendelev scale, I think. It's on somebody's hotbar. Sila's, I think. Doesn't say that we need, for Scroll of Raised Dead, that we need a diamond dust. I hope we have components turned on, actually. That'd be pretty bad if we didn't. Oh wow, he's got some magical items. I don't see components on though, like I don't see anything using components. And I really hope I have that turned on. Icy Protector, wow, Guardian of Life. Order's Wrath, I'm not looking at these just yet, but Alchemist Kit allows you to create potions, Scroll Scriber's Kit, and then different elemental essences and stuff. Wand of Bless, that's pretty cool, 9 charges. Yeah, I don't see any components listed. Scroll of Undeath to Death. Huh. Playing on Core. Greater Scroll of Weakness. Oh man, if this doesn't even have minus 12 to Strength and Dex, wow. If this doesn't even have a component, then what would? Ring of Powerful Blood Magic. When the wearer of this ring is blood raging, yeah, we don't have a blood rager. Daredevil boots. We'll get into those, but I'm gonna be really sad if we don't have components turned on. And I thought Raised Dead takes diamond dust. But it does not say. Now, okay, let's look at spells. He's got a lot of good stuff. We'll check him out. Let's look at spell book, which is B, right? Oh, we can't look at a spell like Raised Dead. We don't have access to that. But if we put show all spells, no. Can't see anything that would use components. Let me see if we can change, if we can tweak the difficulty. Oh, we can. It's on Core. Death's Door off. Dead companions rise, remove negative unrest, remove controlling effects after combat. Increased number of enemies. Standard crusade. Management difficulty, crusade auto mode. I don't actually see anything referring to spell components. Hard. Character builds must be no less than perfect. It says an extremely expensive service unavailable to most adventurers, but it doesn't say anything about spell components. And Core doesn't say anything about it either. Even on Core, it's an extremely expensive service. I definitely want spell components on. Is it something under, not graphics of course, but like game? Tutorials, tooltips, combat text, party information in combat. See, if we turn these off, it gets even more like realistic. We don't know what we're choosing then. We have to pay attention to what we're saying, but there's nothing here about spell components either. Why is that blowing my mind right now? I thought there was an option to not or to use spell components. That is weird, guys. I have no clue. Maybe it uses it but doesn't say anything about it. Iomade, our intercessor, don't abandon us in our despair. Survivors. Okay, let's go talk to Lan. The homie Lan. I really like Lan. He really grew on me so far. We're 33 minutes in. I guess we can talk to Lan. Lan greets you with a nod. Here for a chat. I've been waiting for you to come and see what strange beast you've taken into your party. I'd like to know more about you. Let me guess. Your first question is, can you wear a hat with your one horn? Am I right? You speak common much better than the rest of your tribe. Funnily enough, common isn't all that common underground, Lan says. But your observation is correct. I used to live on the surface with my parents for a while, and had a chance to learn a couple things. The language, and the fact that every peasant who sees my scaly mug screams, "Demon!" and runs away. I don't know if you're interested, but my mom wasn't from an underground tribe. She was a smuggler, the kind that used the dungeons of Canabras to secretly move and store goods. One time, two gangs couldn't agree on how to share a prime cut, got into a fight, and the winners threw the losers down a hole, dead and living alike. My dad went to check if the corpses had anything useful on them, and he found a girl from the surface, barely clinging to life. An incredible feeling sparked between them. Or maybe the girl just liked men with scales and a cat nose. That might be it. One way or another, he got her back on her feet, and he later even left his home caves. She left her smuggling behind, and they began an honest life together. That's a delightful story of how old Lan came into this world. The next chapter, however, my family and I never stayed in one place for long. We lived sometimes on the surface, sometimes underground. We couldn't find a place to call home. Living in the caves was hard on my mom, and my dad's appearance raised too many questions in Mendev. They're at war against the demons after all. In the end, my parents decided to stop making each other miserable and separated. My father and I returned to our tribe. I think the peasants screaming, "Demon!" had something to do with it. Or maybe Dad just couldn't stand life without rat tail soup. I wouldn't rule out the possibility. Mendev, a land defined by its conflict with abyssal forces unheard of anywhere else on Galarian. The people of this beleaguered land are locked in a constant struggle with the world wound, the demonic rift that lies beyond its western border. Did you come with me so you could see the surface again? No, that wasn't it. I just don't have much patience for certain types of creatures. Demons, I mean. If they want to destroy Canabras, I'll be on the side of the people they're attacking. Lan looks away. Lan, you're my companion, and companions should trust each other. I'm counting on you to give me honest answers, not excuses. Lan looks ashamed. I guess you're right. I shouldn't have been so evasive. It's just that some things are hard to talk about. My family, for example. Performed an action that was good. My birth, hell take me, turned out to be a great misfortune for my parents, all because I'm relatively healthy. I'm the best thing that can come from a marriage between a cave-dwelling mongrel and anyone from on the surface. A healthy child with the right number of hands and feet, no apparent defects, no missing organs or other problems. They saw hope in me, so risked having more children. They thought it would somehow be alright. A growl edges into Lan's voice. I could have had 4 brothers. The first was born 2 years after me and died 3 years later. He didn't have a nose, nothing even remotely resembling one. He could only breathe through his mouth. Mom and Dad were afraid to take their eyes off him for fear he'd choke and suffocate on something, but in the end it was his weak heart that killed him. Then there was another pregnancy and birth. I pretended I was sleeping but snuck out of my bedroom and listened under the door. All those hours, it was very strange, but I never heard the newborn screaming. Mom moaning, yes. The priest praying. Then I dared to open the door a little and looked inside. The priest stood there very pale. One of them was holding something, a small object that fit in his palm. He asked, "Do you know what this is?" And the other said, "I think it's a head." Lan stops. Enough. You don't have to keep going if it hurts you. Hell no. I started to tell you and I'll make it to the end. You want to know why I followed you to the surface? Well, here's the reason. Lan pauses, exhales, and continues in a steadier voice. Turned out that this time Mom was expecting triplets. The first of the babies was born in pieces, and the 2 others didn't live long enough to draw their first breath. About 3 weeks later, my father took me to the caves. He didn't want to leave, I could see it in his face, but I think my mom and he decided it together. The curse my people have carried since the first crusade stood between them, not to mention the 4 dead babies, and old age was rapidly taking its toll on my father. After we returned to the cave, he only lived another 4 years. So, if you're asking me why I decided to go up with you to the surface and join the Crusaders, well, the answer is, I've always wanted to. I was afraid to leave my tribe, but it always haunted me that I'd die in a world where 4 crusades could do nothing to stop the beasts from the abyss, and the number of victims kept growing. I want to change that, or at least try to. And if changing things is too much to ask, then at least get a little revenge. The ones who are behind the world wound owe me a great debt. The lives of 4 brothers, all my mother's tears, my father's broken heart. It's a lot. It's so much that killing a couple of demons won't do it for me. I want to do something real, and I'm ready to pay any price. Call it my personal crusade, if you will. Lan gives you a slanted grin. I used to think that things would be better if I'd never been born, but now I think I was born for this, to settle the score. Wow. Why didn't you go up and join the Crusaders before? I couldn't just abandon my tribe. I'm their best hunter. They'll have it much harder without me, but now that the demons have nearly destroyed Canabras and the caves almost collapsed on our heads, sitting and waiting it out just wasn't an option anymore. Anyway, I'm more useful up here than I am down there. Plus the chief let me go, which means my debt to the tribe has been paid. Would you like to find your mother? No. The word flies from Land's mouth faster than an arrow. Then, after a pause, he continues, I don't want to meet her, not because I feel any resentment. It's just that she's a half-elf. She's barely got her first gray hair, and I'll be a ramshackle old man. She's buried enough children. There's no need to make her witness the death of another one. I hope you understand. Very sorry, truly. Land smiles, this time sadly. Well then, I'm very lucky. I met someone who not only helped me choose the right path, but is happy to listen to my whining. That sounds a little bit flirty, I don't know. Thanks for sharing, Lan. Thanks for listening. We're gonna save here. I found out everything I wanted to know. Sure thing. So we can always, return to that. Thank you for your answers. So long. So we'll save here. We've got, catching up and stuff to do here with others. And talking to other peeps and then leveling up. Going to be a lot of fun, so I hope you'll return and join me for that. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you are enjoying, then please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or leave a comment. Those are two ways to let me know that you want to see more, thus more will get made. There's a lot of interesting people to talk to here, so we'll do that next time. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I welcome you to subscribe if you'd like and hit the notification bell. But anyway, hope to see you guys next time. Do come back. Much more fun to be had. And until then, guys, be well, live well, stay well. And much love, peace, and joy to all of you. Lots more fun to be had. See you guys then. Bye-bye.